Long ago in Jerusalem, two powerful men stood in judgment over the Son of God. Caiaphas, the high priest, and Annas, his father-in-law, used their power not for good, but to protect their positions. They didn't just reject Jesus, they helped send him to the cross. But what happened after that terrible day? History and hidden texts tell a chilling story, one of guilt, curses, madness, and a terrifying fall from power. This is the untold end of Caiaphas and Annas, their rise, their betrayal, and their horrible deaths. Welcome to the Bible Stories with Gian. Stay with us, because what they did in secret was judged in the light. Before Jesus began his ministry, Caiaphas and Annas were already names of power. Annas had once been high priest, and though he no longer held the title, his influence never left. His son-in-law Caiaphas was appointed high priest by the Romans, but it was Annas who pulled the strings behind the scenes. They wore holy garments. They quoted the scriptures, but their hearts had grown cold. Instead of leading the people toward God, they became servants of power, politics, and pride. They feared Jesus, not because he broke the law, but because he exposed their darkness. When Jesus healed the sick and taught with authority, the people followed him, and the high priests grew jealous. Caiaphas said something strange one day. "It is better for one man to die for the people than for the whole nation to perish." He didn't know it, but those words were prophetic. On a cold night, as the moon hung over Jerusalem, Jesus was arrested. He was brought not before a Roman court, but first to Annas, then to Caiaphas. In the high priest's house, Jesus was mocked, spit on, and falsely accused. They broke their own laws to hold a night trial. They couldn't find two witnesses to agree, so they twisted his words. "Are you the Son of God?" Caiaphas demanded. Jesus answered, "I am, and you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power." Caiaphas tore his robes and shouted, "Blasphemy!" And the decision was made. Jesus would be handed over to Rome to die on a cross, but in that moment the high priests sealed their own fate. 3 days after Jesus died, rumors began to spread. The tomb was empty. Roman guards reported strange lights and an earthquake. The priests were terrified. They paid the guards to lie, saying the disciples stole the body. But deep down, Caiaphas and Annas knew something had gone horribly wrong. The followers of Jesus became bold. Peter and John stood in the temple and preached about the resurrection. When Caiaphas and Annas ordered them to stop, Peter answered, "We must obey God rather than men." The temple shook, not physically, but with the power of truth. The people were listening. And the high priests? They were losing control. As the years passed, the guilt began to eat away at them. Some old texts and ancient Christian writings suggest that Caiaphas became tormented in his mind. He would lock himself away, whispering to himself, haunted by the voice of Jesus, "You will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power." He began to fear every noise, every shadow. Some say he would wander the temple courts at night, asking the walls, "Did I kill the Messiah?" As for Annas, his fall was even more terrifying. The Romans, once his allies, turned against him. He lost his place. His sons were arrested. His name, he once respected, was now cursed. The temple, once the source of his power, rejected him. Caiaphas and Annas both died far from honor. History is quiet on the details, but early Christian writers hint at madness, shame, and violent ends. Caiaphas may have taken his own life, driven by guilt and fear. Annas, some say, was killed during an uprising when the Jews rebelled against Rome. Others say he died in disgrace, penniless and forgotten. One thing is clear: the temple they tried to protect with blood was destroyed in 70 AD. Not one stone was left upon another, just as Jesus had warned. This story is not just about two men who lived long ago. It's a warning and a promise. A warning to never let power make us blind to truth. A promise that even in darkness, God's plan will shine. Caiaphas and Annas tried to stop the light of the world, but the cross became a doorway to salvation. Their evil plan became the greatest good. Even today, people reject Jesus for pride, fear, or comfort, but his arms remain open, because no matter how far we fall, his love goes farther. What will your story be? Will you live for titles and applause like Caiaphas and Annas? Or will you live for truth, even when it costs you everything? The Bible says, "What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?" Mark 8:36. Caiaphas and Annas gained the world, but they lost everything. Let us learn from their fall and rise by following the one they tried to silence. Jesus Christ, the risen King. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more biblical truths and forgotten histories. Until next time, walk in light, not in fear. Take care. God bless you all.